Hi, everybody. There's the web page. All right. Here's the what's going on with this multiple choice little thing that we had today. Okay, remember when you're given a list? Well, I'm given a picture of donuts and it made me hungry this morning. Well, sorry about that. Didn't look too appetizing on a white piece of paper, though. I'm sure these pink ones look good, though. But anyway, remember the first term is the first one listed. This is a sub one. Emily, it was Emily, asked me a great question. Is this first term or zero term? It's always the first term when they give you a list. All right, first one listed. So, and we can see it's going up by 3 all the way. So it's a common difference of 3. So that's why I crossed these two off right away. And again, you got to know about your slope. The slope is the common difference. So those two are out. This is how you do a multiple choice scenario. That's why this one was super tricky. I have to plug in 1 to get 2, and that doesn't happen. I get 5 the next term over. So this is if a sub 0 was your starter. No, it's a sub 1, common difference of 3. First term is 2, and that's the first term. So you do n minus 1 in there. Try to remember that idea. It's going to be hammered throughout this whole thing, and then I did it on the practice. Yeah, I can't even think. My brain's fried today. The written practice, if you start it. Okay, then this one, not to jump ahead of you here. So let this be an arithmetic sequence. Remember, if this is arithmetic, it would take 5 common differences to get from 3 to 8. That's why this formula is great. That rhymed. The 8th term equals the 3rd term plus 5 common differences. And that's why multiplication is related to addition. So that's what this formula is, and hopefully you can memorize that and get that locked in. All right, add 7, you get 5d equals 10. I'll tell you what I did today too. Good thing I wasn't mean, because if I was mean, I would have put 2 as one of the answers. And I was looking for 2 over here. I'm like, wait, what did I do wrong? Oh my gosh, read the question. Then I'll tell you a story again of how I didn't read again on one later. Now I want to jump backwards, subtracting wrong one. Oh yeah, no, I want to get to a sub 1. So I'm at a sub 3, so I want to, instead of adding 2 going forward, I subtract 2 going backwards. That's how I get 11. All right, let's move on. If you got this one wrong in the next one, don't worry about it. There we go. I love you. Moving that screen again, moving that. You know what happens in class that drives me nuts. Okay, but I thought this would be okay to ask. All right, a value of an investment loses $50 a day. That's arithmetic. Minus 50, minus 50, minus 50. Loses 5,000. Everyone's losing money. I told you about the debt when I was going through. Decreasing is different than decay. The 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 government's debt is growing, but it's decreasing because it's getting more negative. But it's growing. It's getting more negative fast. And then but anyway, that's arithmetic when you lose 5,000 a day, minus 5,000, minus 5,000. So it's only this one when you lose 5% a month, a multiplier. By the way, when you lose 5%, you retain 95. Remember that. We did that in the bell work. That's why it was okay, I thought, to ask this. Same thing with this. First two are arithmetic. When you earn $10 a day, you're plus 10, plus 10, plus 1,000, plus 1,000, letter B. No way. Exponential growth is when you earn a percentage per month. What these represent are percents. So what I'm saying is when you earn 1% per month, you retain your 100% and you add an extra percent each month. This would be what the R value is. And we talked about that in the bell work. So I know it was only one reference to it, but I just thought it was okay. All right, moving along. Again, I'm going fast because you can stop the video. All right, so it's a sub 2. That's what this means, is 4. All right, I'm picking ones that are nice and perfect. A sub 6 is 14. And actually, when I look at my equations, I'm like, ooh, I see a 14 and an n minus 6. This is the structure of, different ways that you can write arithmetic sequences. So is the common difference 5 halves, which is 2.5? 1, 2. Oh, then it just does a little click, not quite up to 7. That looks like that's a common difference of 2.5 as I move over 1 to the next term. So this is why this is the answer. You know, 4 is like right here. That's the second term, but the common difference is in 2. Uh-oh. I don't know what that means. Okay, and then I think that was that video I was waiting for 8 hours to compose from. Never mind, nobody cares. -1, 5 halves, and -1. The first term is actually looks like 1.5. All right, so that's not good. Or input output. It's really so I'm kind of like circumventing how to do this. Like I'm trying to think about as a multiple choice person. How can I get my answers a little quickly? I know that didn't take quick. It wasn't quick because I'm explaining, right? So now let's go back to this. So look at first term is -8, second term is -4. How did I get to that? And I could tell this is geometric. There would be an R of a half, not negative a half. Half of -8 is -4. Half of -4 is 2. So just by looking at this data, I should be able to get that R value. You're gone. You're gone. Wait, hold on. You're gone. I almost hit the wrong one. That's it. It's got to be A. Let's just check it real quick. Where's -1 at? Right here, which is the fourth term. But I wanted to go over this because that's how this works. So alternate forms of both arithmetic and geometric sequences. Input, say it. I know you said it. 4 minus 4 is 0. 1/2 to the 0, 0 times -1 is -1. You could check another term if you wanted to. Next one, if you got these two wrong, don't feel bad. So 4 questions, kind of unfair. I want you to take a deep breath. All right. I just thought with doing our bell work in context, what's happening with this question, you're only retaining 72% of your value in the or your error in the as you're springing this leak. So that means you're losing 28%. All right. Just keep that in mind for the future. We are going to get into that. I'm not going to spend much more time with that. This is over 1. This is growth. So you're increasing by a certain amount. And that growth is 0.03. That's a 3% growth rate. So if I invested $100 and I multiplied that by 1.03, after a year, I'd have $103. Woohoo! Big money. Spend that money wisely. All right, next one. So what's my thought process here? I guess I should erase these as I made the key earlier. This has got to be decreasing or a B value of between 0 and 1. That's what's going on here. Well, you're gone. You know what this is? This is 4 to the x. You're gone. But there's another reason. This horizontal asymptotes, y equals a negative number. That's really why this one's gone. And then that's why this one goes. This has a negative, this is pulled down 1. 2 to the negative x is 1 over 2 to the positive x. So flip, that's the tickets. That's how you do these and what you're supposed to know. Very similar. I wish I only had a limited amount to choose from in the resource I used for these questions. So same thing, but now this is up a number. I don't even know what it is. I don't even know why I said 2 because I'm looking over here. I saw a 2, see a 1. So this means down. So this one's out. It would have been good because I love you. I love you. I really do. Back to this. This is 1 over 2 to the x minus 1. Do tell your parents I wasn't saying that to you like I'm a weirdo. I'm talking about the computer and the horrifying things that it does to me daily as I'm trying to just teach. Ooh, I like this one. So it's B value between 0 and 1. It's up 2. I'm feeling that's got to be let me just make sure. Oh, this is a growth. This is a growth. It's over. It's B. All right, next. I didn't read again when I first went through this one. Actually, I started making a video and I stopped at 11 because I just realized I did the key wrong. So anyone remembering number 11, I'll tell you what the right answer is. This is 5x to the, and then times 5 to the negative first. And then I'm going to make an excuse. My brain was mush today. I just had so many things going on today. There, classic Samuelus making himself feel better. So, okay, so this is what I did. Yep, that's it. Let's move on. And then it's a lesson to the children out there. You got to read the question, not equivalent. this is equivalent, that means you're out. You know what you could do with that 5? You could put it directly under that 5 and know these don't cancel. That means this is equivalent. So you're gone. So I'm left to this. But really what should happen is if I plug in a number, I should get the same output value. So if I plug in 1, 1 minus 1 is 0, 5 to the 0 is 1. I plug in 1 here, 5 to the first is 5, 5 times 1/5 is 1. Same thing with this one. So what happens when I plug 1 into this? 1 minus 2 is -1. 5 times 5 to the negative first is 5 times 1/5. So this is how I would have survived. Why did I cross that up? I need not equivalent. And by the way, you got a negative. You never got a negative output. So I plug in 1 for that. I don't get the same answer. This is better. And this is why I did some things on the written exam. 5 to the x plus 1 is 5 to the x times 5 to the first. So that's using the sum rule, but in reverse. You would add these exponents. That's why I reversed it. And then guess what? These cancel. And this is equal to 1 over 5 to the x. Let me look over here. Do I have 1/5 raised to the x? No, but I have this, the reverse of the negative exponent rule. This does equal 5 to the negative x. Sorry for my throat. Losing my voice here. This is not even geometric, and these don't equal that. It was just find the equivalent one. All right, then this one's a little weird. Find the graph that is shifted 3 left. Well, this is what you were supposed to do on this one. Okay. Oh, I don't have that close, but that's 3 right. What are all, what, oh, they want me to do this. They wanted me to do that, rewriting it in a different way. What's 4 to the third? 64. And then that means that's this one. Yeah, so those ones, choose ones that are not equal to or not. Ooh, tough. And I screwed it up. All right, f of x equals 2. They don't tell you about b except it's greater than, not 1, 0. This almost got me today when I was doing the key or thinking about it. I did the key first to get the key ready for you guys. And then plus 4. So I have to input out, not input output. Sorry, that was my brain. All right, so then what's going on here? B greater than 0? That tells me nothing. That could be a half or it could be 2. So that's what almost caught me before. So the function represents growth. I don't know. And that's why I almost like, wait a minute, it could be a. No, it couldn't. There is one way that it could not have. B is a fraction. That's less than 1. And then, okay, so -3 plus 4, shifted right 3 and up 4. That's exactly what this is. So let me check the other ones. 3 left. Nope, it's 3 right. And a horizontal asymptote. No way, the horizontal asymptote's at y equals 4 because it went 4 up. Okay, moving on. Again, I told you can look at this on your own. Then these were some questions Mrs. Cooper pulled out that added to the ones that I had here. So it's the whole idea of just being able to read this. This is an R value that's less than 1. So therefore, this is looking like this. It would decrease. It doesn't flip. That 7 just stretches it, but it still has this look. So it's definitely decreasing and concave up. I like these, real quick hitters. Unfortunately, this flips and it was supposed to be decreasing. So it started off as this. This is what I wrote on my key. I don't know why I wrote that line there. But then it flips and it's stretched with that 9 and it's moved 1 right. But that, that just means it's moved and stretched somewhere, but it has that action. This is actually increasing, but it's concave down. Okay, so the flipping, this supposed to be decreasing, but then it's flipped over. I guess that's why I had this line. This is like the x-axis. Just making a quick sketch on this. This is why we like multiple choice questions for this, because then we can real quick just think about a general shape of the graph. All right, this one's a little rough because it's 4 to the x, which should have been this, but then it's stretched and then flipped and then down 1. So here is the x-axis. So it's flipped. So it goes like this, but then it's down 1. So now we got a y equals -1 asymptote. And then it's moved or it's stretched. That's about it. So that means the range is only from -infinity all the way up to -1, not including -1. So having an idea that we have y equals -1 as a horizontal asymptote and it's flipped over the x-axis means it's below the asymptote. That's how we do that one pretty quick. Same thing with this one. What's the range of this one? This is up 8. So here's 8 and it's here. There is no flippage. It is increasing. It's stretched. So it just looks like this. So that means it's from 8 to infinity. That's C. See how fast we can do those? I hope we can get to that. This is just a do you know it or don't you? This is right. Oh, I think I might have hit. I hope I didn't hit the wrong thing there. And down 7. I'll relook at that one too. For some reason I got in my head. At the end of this, my brain was fried, and I might have put up 7 there. So that would stink. But you know what? Let's check. We'll check together. Let's see if Mr. Samuelus is naughty and did another mistake. Let's watch that video where the guy just goes through and I don't even know what I'm doing. How do I even? This looks different to me now. Am I in the way? Oh, my fat head's in the way of the login button. Okay, there we go. So what did I put for 19C? I was right. How dare you question me? All right. So I did do 4 right and 7 down. Okay, I got scared. I thought maybe I didn't. Then one more time. This is growth. This is decay. You're gone. These are linear. That's not even exponential. I like that, Karen. Mrs. Cooper. Don't call her Karen. All right. But anyway, and then 2 left. Okay, I could see that. I could also input output, but we don't have time. -2 plus 2 is 0. 2 to the 0 is 1. All right. A. All right. And that's it. Sorry, I'm done. Sorry for that going through this. How do I get out of this? Bye.